And I didn't want to leave the hotel. I was scared too.
Meanwhile, it smelled like straight horse booty.
React.
What are we getting into today, sir?
We about to react to one of your. Which one you want to do first?
Just to end off
Finish up. Yes.
that topic, I wanted to take another perspective because you went in, bro.
Oh, pause.
I went in, but I did check this video out by Janae Danielle. Shouts out Janae Danielle, who also made a commentary video on the whole, what was it, the weird flex thing, right?
Yeah, because we did an episode on weird flex where young
and I was just crashing the fuck
young
out.
women and young Gen
And I was
Zers
just
were talking
crashing the
about
fuck out.
their holes and
Just goon
flexing,
shit.
just the goonery.
Right.
Yeah. Danielle takes a different perspective on this, but we're just gonna react to the first part of the video because you guys already saw the second.
Already
part,
seen the second part,
which you guys can go check out. But we're gonna it's like an origin of why a lot of young women are the way they are, or women in general are the way they are today, is because they've been conditioned. So we're
feel that.
So we're gonna look at that perspective. So we are going to be the most advocatist person for this because my brother and I have a different stance on this, and we're just gonna give you guys our commentary and opinion on why women today are the way they are, and I don't blame them.
No, absolutely not.
I don't blame them.
It's our fault. It's
Yeah.
men's fault.
Yep.
But not in the way that women think it's men's fault. It's men's fault in the way that I understand why it's men's fault.
We'll break it down and go through the video. So let's
Oh, here we go.
More assertive, much more we had it's abrupt, but it didn't just spawn out of nowhere. You see, long before we had social media trends, we had an even more assertive, much more direct set of rules. There was a system built around telling women that everything they did naturally was wrong. They literally told you to your face that everything you did, thought, or felt was wrong until taught right.
Hello. They're charming, aren't they? Or if they're not, they
They're charming.
jolly soon ought to be, because they're students at a London charm school.
And I think we really stopped trying to improve the pupils' appearance. I think as soon as we get them conscious that they're wrong in everything that they do, that is with their makeup and their hair, and as soon as we start getting them right, then I think charm begins to develop.
What qualifications, Mrs. Estelle, does one need to teach other people to be charming?
Well, infinite patience to start with.
And you wonder why patience was her top answer, infinite at that. And maybe, just maybe, it's because you're fighting against human nature. But anyways, just hear how this woman
But that's what it is.
The conditioning.
It's conditioning.
They literally. I got you.
So if because remember when we were in elementary school and we're always boys are rough and all that stuff like that,
Right,
and they're always
right.
telling us you need to sit down straight, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this.
Stay in your seat.
Where to stay in your seat.
Right.
So what they taught them back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s is what we're trying to apply to younger boys in elementary school, and it didn't work. So what we put on them, they try to put on the kids to continue it, but it's like that's not how it should be.
I got you. They continued to perpetuate or propagate
Yes.
that dynamic of how to deal with little girls versus how to deal with
Little boys, exactly. And they try to apply how to deal with little girls to little boys, and it just never worked.
And it didn't work. Spooky shit. So drug them.
who went to charm school describes the view from the top of being the only one out of her circle that finally got it right.
Mrs. Leeson, you've taken this charm course and passed out on it.
Yes.
So
yes.
now you're charming.
Thank you. I think that your charm can develop, if you have any.
Have your friends noticed any difference?
Oh, yes, I'm the envy of my little circle that think that I should have taken such a bold step.
Is that like the same thing as like etiquette?
Yes.
But for them, it was more like a rewriting of like what everything you're thinking of is wrong.
Exactly. So it's like if they felt some type of way, don't express it.
That was wrong.
If you're sitting with a hunch, straighten your back. If your legs are open, cross them. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So they didn't have that
You're a prisoner in your own
body.
your own free will.
Yes.
Oh, you have free will, but you're a prisoner to the structure that is only accepted in the way that you can express yourself. I don't know if I
The
said
way
that
that the
right.
man wants you
Right.
to express yourself. Because essentially they're living for men.
Spooky action.
Which indeed it was.
This is a message that women for decades have been absorbing, a very specific blueprint of what a lady is supposed to look, act, and be like. And more importantly, what makes her valuable enough to be picked out from the rest.
Beauty is drawn across the threshold of a Hampstead studio when rumour whispers that Nicholas Egon, painter of Greek royalty, is in search of the perfect woman. Perfect hair, perfect eyes, perfection in every detail. The quest on which he has embarked might have come...
I don't know. This feels
What do you call it?
like the chattel slavery and shit, where they would inspect the fucking...
The product.
yeah,
Well, remember,
inspect
perfect
it.
hair, perfect eyes, perfect smile, perfect everything, which is, I think, where the term "pick me" came from, because
Damn.
they had to be they had to be perfect for the man
to get picked.
to get picked,
To
and
get
then
pugged. We don't get tricked. We get trucked.
yes, and I think that's where the terminology "pick me" came from, which is why it's a negative connotation when it comes to talking about women that actually want to be picked by a
Wow.
man. So
Wow.
it's
okay.
crazy. It's
That's
crazy.
spooky.
See, we learned a lot.
No, this is
Straight from a storybook.
Back in the day, the instruction manual to be a woman was a highly specific, almost clinical checklist, and the undisclosed threat was always there.
If you try, really try, you can root out the poor, accidental habits and establish in their place the good habits approved by custom, accepted by society.
Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong.
But you see what that is, right?
psyop was pure.
It was that easy.
It was new.
It was that easy. The hive.
It was new. What?
This is not an offense to women, but they're easily influenced. That's why they call it like a hive type mind. And it's like, if we're not doing everything that everybody,
But who is not easily influenced? Because you got to understand, right? For there even to be a society, two genders have to accept a specific role.
yes, but I'm not trying to
So
make it
how
like
are-
a level like type thing. I'm just saying that they're easily influenced in the sense of, if we do something this way, but that one person goes against the status quo, then we all attack them.
But that's all at the top. I
understand
right,
that.
right.
I understand
But
that.
so how do you say that's a hive mind when even at the time society in every facet was dictated?
Well, look how she dropped her robe on the floor.
Right.
And then they're going to be, and then what group is going to attack her? Her own group.
Right.
Saying, you need to pick this up
Okay.
and do what we do.
But who developed this?
Jeff, I understand that.
Right.
You're repeating.
No, but you're using hive mind.
Yes, but I'm not creating levels to it. Yes, men are easily influenced too. What I'm saying is,
Because when you say hive mind, that's free will. But there is no freedom in this. If they're telling you
hive mind is not free will. Hive minds are single thinkers.
no, but there's a free will to choose to join the crowd. You get what I'm saying?
Not then.
That's what I'm saying.
Not then.
But when you said it, you said, "Oh, no offense to women, but they have a hive mind."
Yes, in the sense of, if the status quo is this is how we should be doing things and we go against it. Like, remember, I gave you the example of the
Right.
woman that created her own TikTok profile so her friends did not know that she wanted to
Right,
date
but
men.
Here's where I feel like we're getting disconnected.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like you're leaving out the context of the time period, and that's very important. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like to look at it completely different. That's like saying me being a black homeowner in 1950.
I'm not taking out the time period though. I'm saying in the sense of how when you would watch these old TV shows or these films based off back in the day on how these women would when their husbands were at work, they would go and sit down and then that's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about today's thing. I'm talking about like back in the day thing. Like if they saw her, like that's why I'm using that example of her just dropping her robe on the floor.
Right.
If it were,
that's more free. That's more natural.
Yeah, that's what she wants to do.
Right. That's what she wants to do.
But if anybody else saw her do it, it would be an attack.
But now is that because of the hive mind or because of the reinforcement of societal expectation?
I think it's both because
it's like we just watched Chud the Builder. Why is he getting attacked? There isn't a hive mind of people going around saying
I agree with
N-word.
that.
So now would you consider people who take offense to racism a hive mind?
No.
That's what I'm saying. It's the structure of the society. You see what I'm saying? Like if today, yes, you use that whole hive mind, I can get it. I can understand it. Because there's free will. Like women have full autonomy now versus now. It was not do that or else what?
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
There's less freedoms back in the day.
Right. It was.
But
not
I took it in the perspective of hive mind in the sense of if they saw her do that,
right,
then they would all attack her at once. But it was a conditioning.
Exactly.
I got you.
That's what I'm saying.
I used the wrong word. That's my
right.
fault. That's my
right.
fault.
That's why I just wanted to understand, like in which way, because like I can get if you use that today, because it's like they can choose.
But they choose not.
But they choose not. Or they can choose to do this or that. Or da.
They choose not.
But here it's, if you want a husband, you want to get married.
We don't have a choice. Because they were told that.
You don't have a job. You can't work. You can't work. You don't got a job. And then you want to get picked.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to get picked, you got to do that.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you join some like ragtag circus crew traveling band or some shit. Like,
I wish I had that in.
Unless you were a fucking nomad or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, or some hippie.
I got you.
I don't even know if hippies existed in this time period.
Probably.
Or like super spiritual.
They probably did. They just weren't as commonly saw until the 70s.
Right. Because you got to remember, a lot of Eurocentric women etiquette was here literally up until what, 1960?
Mm-hmm.
Just happened. Just happened. Niggas been free since the beginning of time. Women have always had rules. Women have always had rules.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like now they have the freedom. We got to let them fuck up a bit. It's only been 40 years. 50 years?
I thought it's been 80.
8 years, I guess.
It's been 80.
8 years versus...
No, I get that. But it's like, yes, they have. But now they're upset at us.
Well, sorry. You just going to have to let it balance out. Because we're not going back. We can't go back.
No.
We can't go back.
No, I got you.
Besides what? Force? No.
Yeah.
We can't go back.
No,
How do you... It's even in the word, enforce.
No, I got you.
Enforce. Within the forces of control.
Yeah.
Enforce.
I got you.
We can't enforce free will. You see what I'm saying? This just happened. So we can use this example, or we can even go back like, nigga, Chinese feet binding.
Yep, so they can fit in small
every
shoes.
male-dominated society, women were conditioned.
And it literally ended. It literally kept going even before, even
Right.
during World War II.
That's what I'm saying. Like, think about every time period in the history of man up until 80 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes, I could be mad and you crash out and be like, it's monkey shit. But it's like, when you've been
Conditioned
since the beginning of time to be this or you're nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But now you have this ability to do whatever you want.
No,
It's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. We have an instruction book on being free because we've always been free. They just have instruction books on how to be a woman for a man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their toys, their movies, their everything. You see what I'm saying?
No, I got you.
Yeah. I don't know how I even got into that. whole blah blah.
Flip the camera next time.
I'm dead. So take everything I said and then just stick our faces on it.
Yep, there you go.
With teaching women how to be functioning citizens in a world that doesn't slow down for anyone. There's great value in learning structure and maintaining a level of discipline in your space. They taught women that their raw, unaltered self was something that needed to be edited, polished, and changed, convincing them that just being a wife that's by her husband's side isn't enough. It was like they were basically incomplete until they earned that next rank.
Look at that beatnik girl. She's passing a Mayfair beauty parlor where smart, chic women pretty themselves up. Go on, see what they can make of.
Said smart, chic women.
So only smart, chic women are beautiful. That's insane.
Bro, the psyop was crazy.
That's
Words,
insane.
nigga. They just said 3 words. And just,
that's it.
What?
You look as if you could do with a good square meal as well as a wash and brush up. This is what film stars and fine girls about town go through daily at great expense to convince the world that they really are beautiful. It's a hard life. It's hard to remember what this girl looked like when we persuaded her to look in.
And the media made sure
Wow, you heard persuaded.
Never forgot it, pushing these standards through everyday beauty commercials, magazines, and celebrity culture, telling you that
even back in the day, I'm like
even the
with
darker skin,
the permanents, when they would put the permanents in their hair,
or like the Sammy Sosa cream, where they'd make themselves lighter.
Why are you punishing yourself?
Because this is the standard.
I don't understand. Why are you punishing yourself? I don't understand, bro. This is spooky.
even the very air around you had to have a certain aura.
Bet you there was mercury in that perfume or some shit. What the hell? Asbestos in the makeup. What's the other one? Lead in the fucking.
Yep.
What? That's crazy.
Yep.
What was the one that was radioactive? The ladies that worked in the factory that started glowing because they were working with radioactive material.
Uranium.
Nah, that it's so fucked up. I gotta look up that story. That was so fucked up.
They were constantly pushing the idea that no woman was complete without it.
Cream sachet. Just smooth it on your skin. The cream disappears, leaving a lovely, lingering scent. No costume, no woman is complete without it. For fragrance, selected with care and worn with grace, is the very essence.
Do you hear the superlatives, the adjectives they're using? That's amazing.
But it's like it's convincing because they'd be like, "Honey, I need this perfume because it make."
But it was that easy though,
and it wasn't. Look, the crazy thing is, it wasn't even for them. It was for their husband. Honey, I need this perfume or this cream so I can smell good for you. And then when they would go to their the women groups, because remember, all their husbands were at work, so they were at home. They would be like, "Oh, what are you wearing?" You see what I'm saying?
Damn.
Condition. That is so fucked up.
And the condition was even like, they even had to perform for each other.
Exactly,
you never knew.
Bro. That
you
was
just
crazy.
Never knew. You didn't want to be the one.
Yes.
Who was like,
or you had to up the wives in the
Right.
neighborhood by
You know what
having
I'm
the
saying?
newest
Right.
things, and it was just crazy to me.
Nah, that's spooky. That's spooky. I feel bad.
Of being a woman.
I do.
And for decades, women chased the very things society told them they were lacking. Well, of course, they had to keep up or fall behind. But of course, they forgot to mention what happens after you power up. Here's the trap. The moment you finally finish changing your appearance, you're hit with a complete contradiction. You have to make sure that massive transformation you were molded, basically forced into, looks like a complete accident. Because trying way too hard to be interesting is the quickest way to throw all that hard work away.
Cultivate a relaxed, pleasant voice. Speak correct English. Don't talk.
But you see though, right?
So
that's why their pitches are higher. Yo, it's like, and it's still
now it's even like subconscious.
It's still till today, because when you pick up the phone and sometimes you're talking to a woman, what does her voice do? It goes an octave higher.
Right. No, you're absolutely right.
It's still even going on till today.
It's
how you doing today?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
How you doing?
Yes.
Notice
and
how
it's like
Even when men who are doing the prank calls,
Yep.
when
We
do
go an
big
octave higher.
octave higher, and then they soften.
Or for men, it's the opposite. When we talking to women, we go lower.
We try to. You got to find the baritone.
You got to have vibrates in there.
Like, you gotta find the tone.
No.
You gotta find the resonance, because if you try too low, it'll sound like.
But that's the thing. Like when we used to call mom at work as kids, and she'd answer the phone. She didn't know who it was, so she'd be like, "Thank you for calling me."
Thank you for calling me.
And then the same thing with our sisters when they're on the phone. What do? They go octave higher.
How you doing?
Yep, exactly. It's conditioned. It's not fake.
But
it's
now
real.
it's subconscious.
So now it's like
they don't even have to tell you. You just see it around.
when you say the thing out loud, then you realize what the thing is. But it's like if you never say
we
it
need
out,
to talk about what it
is.
This is what it is until it isn't.
Yep.
It is what it is until it isn't.
Too much or too loud.
Don't talk too much. Don't talk too
And that's why
loud.
they speak in a soft voice.
That's crazy. Don't talk too much or talk too loud.
If you talk too loud, you're seen as crass, rude, obnoxious, manly, anything like that. And when you speak in Ebonics, you're seen as ghetto, blah blah. All that. So you get what I'm saying? All conditioned. All conditioned.
Sometimes it doesn't go over too well
Oh!
for good reasons. And
He did
keep
the
in
bird
mind,
hands.
listening
Oh,
is
he gave her
often
the
more
straight bird
appreciated
hands.
than
Nah, we
talking.
gotta run that back. That was actually
Don't
crazy.
talk with your hands for appreciations. And keep in mind, listening is often more appreciated than talking. Don't talk with your hands. You look much better this way.
But
You see?
Doesn't
Boom.
Where does that lead us today to? Oh, bird hands.
No, we're doing it.
Of them with bird
The
hands.
T. All this.
Bird hands. That's crazy.
Cave it. See?
No, I see it.
I'm sorry,
No,
guys.
not spooky. It's spooky. It's spooky. It's spooky. Because I don't like. In my mind, it's like you don't have to be this thing. Like just. I don't know. We could be figuring out telepathy. God damn it. I don't know, bro.
But we're still stuck in the.
We're still stuck in
Boomers.
gender roles and all this shit, bro. Whoa.
And that's why when Monica Tanner said dating is different today. Like we have to make it our own thing, not what the boomers did.
Yeah, spooky.
If we do that, then it'll be so much easier. But we're still trying to.
That's the thing. Everyone's trying to prove something that they are this version of what they think
they should be.
You see what I'm saying? Fuck, man. I don't know. I guess it's not just, right?
No.
And
you can't just.
All the makeup in the world couldn't make up for this thing.
Now, once you learned how to control your mouth to their standards,
See?
of course,
Because
you
if
had
they
to
talk
match
too
that
much,
to your
it's
action.
an issue. If they talk too much, it's an issue.
Even when they eat, it's
Yep.
like baby bites. It's
Which is
like-
why you see those funny reels or TikTok videos where they're like how she actually eats and she's covering her mouth.
Bro, eat.
And it's like they have to be again. It's conditioned. They automatically do it. They eat the burger all nice and smooth. It's like
Take a little
you
bite,
see,
and
you
then
see,
the niggas like,
you see your boyfriend or husband like
fried.
Yep.
Like, bro.
But then they're like delicate, and it's like, bro,
can you really enjoy it?
no.
Don't you want to engorge yourself?
Exactly. Be yourself.
A nice chicken
Jeff will take you 100%.
sandwich. What? Bruh, no LARP. Stop LARPing. See, now, there is a threshold, though.
Of course, you can't be.
Because we must be a functioning society. Yeah.
These etiquette classes, charm schools, and finishing schools were the one place that left zero room to breathe. Even the way you sat down was a test.
Now, girls, I'd like you to sit down, please. I just want to see
Yeah, you see 1958.
how you sit. Now, that is wrong, you see, to start with. You must, when you sit, get well to the back of the chair. Get your hips really at the back. You see, that will support the spine, and then, of course, feet.
They're uncomfortable ass chairs. I only like sitting on straight back to the chair. What the heck? That's spooky, bro.
I don't know, y'all. It sounds like nitpicking to me because what do you mean I sat down wrong because my butt wasn't touching the back of the chair? Back then, you had to look completely
I baby my whole family and they eat it up. That's crazy.
You what?
That's crazy.
Oh,
man.
man.
Gosh. Remember that was a period of time they was giving women lobotomies, dog?
Yes, because they talk too much, or what was it?
Oh my God.
What was it? What was the reason why?
I don't know. Why? Let's Google that.
Independent thinkers? Let's Google it. We're about to let you guys know.
Why did women
Receive lobotomies.
I love how you said that. Receive, not get. Receive.
You're using big words. Back in the 1950s.
Women receive lobotomies more frequently than men because early to mid 20th century. That's crazy.
What does it say?
Early to mid 20th century
keep
medicine in patriarchal societies strictly defined acceptable behavior. Literally what we're
So basically, if they didn't do what society wanted them to do, they would lobotomize them. So they would dub them. They would dub them crazy because they weren't acting like everybody else.
Hysteria, nervousness, agitation, anxiety, depression are being overly talkative.
I told you, see, because they talk too much. Remember, I said that. If they talk too much, that was a sign that, oh, give my wife a lobotomy.
They had no autonomy.
Yeah.
You were your husband's property. That's absolutely diabolical.
Slavery.
That's why I said before 80 years ago, it's like, what was it? There was no blueprint, and the blueprint was bullshit.
Yep. No, that's why I agree with you when you say now that they're finally free, they have to make their own mistakes.
Right.
Because, again, we've been making our own mistakes since the beginning of time, regardless. And I'm talking about men in general, not race. So people were like, "Oh, you were a slave." Like, you were. Yeah, because you were some idiot is gonna say something stupid like that. And I'm talking about just men in general. Men from the beginning of time have been able to make their mistakes till today. Women have only had 80 years. So I get it. And that's why I always say I don't blame them. Some of them have their own autonomy.
It goes too far sometimes. For me specifically, I think it just goes too far. Where of
course,
like,
they get over.
Right, where it just turns into self-mutilation. It's like, how did we leave state-prescribed mutilation to self-prescribed
mutilation? Because they're still at a period of time.
That's what I'm saying.
Where they feel like they're lost.
Like, I feel like we didn't go anywhere. We just, like, the PSYOP worked too good. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, liberation, your body, your choice. But it's like, why are we going to the people that were literally experimenting on you? You're trusting the same people
that
experimented on you since the beginning of time. Like, that blows my mind. Dude. When they all have an incentive. But hey,
I digress.
Effortless, even if you were under a ton of stress, because true etiquette demanded absolute control over everything, while also shutting down your natural impulses before they can do what they naturally do.
Control.
So you had to suppress.
They couldn't even cry, react, be angry. It's just no.
I would have been mad.
But I guarantee you, there's plenty of videos of men doing the exact opposite when they're upset, when
crashing
they're
out.
Crashing out. As Chud says, chimping out.
That's crazy. So the whole thing where they say women are more emotional, for an entire era, they weren't even
They've been
allowed
suppressing.
to express their emotions.
Since the 50s, they've been suppressing their emotions.
That's diabolical.
Control of your emotions. Control of your physical appetites.
You can't even eat ice cream! You what? At that point, you guys are.
Oh.
They can't even eat. They can't even eat what they want to eat.
It was really like that. That's actually crazy. My eyes are open. What the fuck? Control your spending? No.
And control of your sense of what's right and what's wrong.
Now,
what do you mean? That's my
nigga. That's something you learn. Hold on.
Finders keepers. What the hell?
Right and wrong. Remember, we had this discussion. Right and wrong is something you learn.
It was wrong for.
That's weird.
What's right and what's wrong?
That's weird.
What is right and what's wrong? Huh? What's right and what's wrong?
I don't know.
Exactly.
What did they dub what right and what was wrong back in the 1950s?
I'm dead. That's not stealing. She just dropped it. She forgot it.
She forgot to return it.
She forgot.
She forgot to return it.
We're trying to take that woman's money. But on the contrary, it begs a question. How come we as women have to suppress the very emotions that everybody else is allowed to have? How come we can't even try to unwind without society calling a moment of letting loose dangerous?
And this is where the momentum becomes dangerous. One relaxing drink calls for another.
So,
until that moderate amount becomes too much.
Now, I don't know about
what they're basically saying is only men can get drunk.
That's crazy.
You get what you see? The society is only men.
That's so whack. That's fucking whack. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Drinks turning into a cigarette, but according to them, she crossed the point of no return. But the real point of no return happens when the act of keeping it all together finally breaks you from the inside out. And while you may be able to hide that stress from other people, it's not so easy to hide it from your actual body itself. Once your physical nerves took over, you realized your biggest enemy isn't a loud mouth. No, it's your own biology.
Sweat. Your body gives off about a pint of it.
Oh my God, are you serious?
But do you see how that translated into I shit 5 times a week? I don't sweat. I don't nothing. Like, that's literally retro flexing. But that's the thing. This was imposed on them.
I get it.
But now they're willingly choosing.
It's going above and beyond.
I don't understand.
They have the freedom to, but then they choose to
what's
be.
Comfortable. I don't know, man. This is spooky. I don't fucking know. This is spooky. This is
Every day.
spooky.
What it's like to be near someone who doesn't bathe very often. Being clean is part of keeping your body and skin healthy and attractive.
Now, I want to quickly preface this, okay? Hygiene is important, okay? And me bringing up these etiquette videos isn't me saying that we need to protest the patriarchy with our stench. But the harsh reality of these essential expectations is the second you slip up, the second the people around
you know that stinky miss stink forever.
The example of what is considered lower on the pyramid. They may not say it, but you instantly become the cautionary tale for what not to do. You become the exact person they use to lift themselves up and put you and your lingering scent at the bottom of the tier.
I change my underthings every day. Clothing that's against your skin picks up a lot of perspiration. I guess you all know what it's like being near someone who doesn't change as often as she should.
Valid advice, don't get me wrong, but using the dirty girl as your stepping stool, you see what I'm trying to put down, and this is the exact reason why we go into the history, because
they even taught them to put each other down.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the
like,
worst
do you
part.
understand?
They even taught themselves.
Like, this shit's spooky.
You see, like the girl that. So now, even if she does smell good for like the rest of her life,
they already sowed the
They
seed.
clocked that,
right?
So
it doesn't matter if you cut off branches. The root is still from the seed of that bullshit.
Oh, for sure.
You literally just took the fruit of the seed of your original quote unquote oppressor.
Yeah.
And then took the fruits of that to establish your new identity.
Yep.
Spooky!
Yep.
It's the same DNA!
Damn, nigga, don't kick the table.
It's the same DNA! It didn't change.
Messaging is very subtle, but it all stems from that old school checklist. And if you check all those boxes, you meet the standard required to even be in the running. Fail the upkeep and your quality of appearance tanks.
They even got
By
pretend to
following
read.
these simple rules of body care and grooming, you too will achieve that quality of appearance, that feeling of well-being, so important to make your dreams of happiness come true.
Now, while those vintage black and white clips feel like a completely different world, that deeply rooted belief never.
Yep. And that's where we arrive to today.
Yep.
That's spooky, man.
No, that is spooky.
Any final thoughts on that?
No, man. It's just like I said. It's we see it. People don't understand it until they watch it or they see it, and I get it, and I really am sorry for that, because a lot of women have been conditioned to be the way they are. Like, we do it. They do it in their day-to-day lives and speak, but then they don't recognize it unless somebody calls it out, like she did in the video.
But is there any other way?
There isn't, because they have to figure that out themselves.
To make it, right.
And it, like you said, it's only been 80 years, so and we've had since the beginning of time. So,
right.
But like you said, the way they choose to go is debauchery and self-mutilation, and it's like, and I get it, they blame us for it.
But that's the thing, like, wisdom is pain.
Yeah, they have to learn.
Welcome to the Wisdom Club.
Yep.
Oh man,
Yep.
Bro. That's why they say the seven. What was it? The trials of man or some shit like that.
And what was I gonna say? Wisdom is pain, and it is gonna take because we created the system,
right?
To give them the
right.
We created a system that boxed them.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're finally free, and it's like, what do we do with this newfound
There's
freedom?
no new rules.
There's no new rules, so they're trying to figure it out. So, like they always say, it's either they try to create their own thing or they emulate the creator.
Spooky
of it,
right?
And that's basically what they're
doing.
Because
in the moment now, I feel like they're just emulating men.
Or do the hard work,
the hard working, capitalism,
all that stuff, like
sex,
that. Yeah,
just it's just.
No, I got you, bro.
It's just the mirror. So it's like I don't know. I guess they do it better. I guess they're speed running, low key. Low key.
But they're actually crashing.
Because like, what nigga
hard.
you knew had like 80 women on hand right now?
No, you're right. But
they speed running.
But they're crashing and burning fast too, because it's like they don't know where to go, what direction to.
Well, no, there's been a multitude of great shifts happening in this decade. Remember, this is the decade of awakening.
Yes,
of enlightenment. What are we talking about?
No, I'm talking about previous. So
right, I think everything peaked in 2016. The world ended in 2016.
We're in hell.
The false reality.
Yes, we're in hell.
The false reality ended in 2016.
But great react.
Absolutely.
We can end it here.
All right, sir.
Guys, thank you again for joining us on the Triple T's React. We're gonna put the links of what's
Danielle.
We're gonna put the
Janae Danielle.
We're gonna put the links of Janae Danielle and Omeezy in the links, so you guys can click on the video. So, but no, guys, thank you again for joining us for another Triple T's Reacts. We will see you guys pretty soon. Any final thoughts?
Any final thoughts? No, this is just. Like I said, it's just reinforcing what I already knew what it was. Like I said, the last video was just me crashing out because it hurts me.
No,
it really does. Like, I feel so sad. I feel so sad because I know it's like you could do so much more. We could do so much more.
Yeah,
man.
but we always convert back to monkey.
To monkey shit, dude. Fuck, man. Like I said, it's the whole vice versa because who supports it? Where does the money come from?
Yep.
Men.
So it'll never end.
Man, bro. What the fuck? Because stick plus hole. I guess. Send the aliens. Maybe they're here. 3 sonic booms.
Yeah, I saw that. 3 sonic booms.
3 sonic booms.
Yeah, they already entered.
Comes in 3s.
And then Disclosure Day.
Comes in 3s.
Was it Steven Spielberg's movie Disclosure Day comes out June 12th.
Comes in 3s. 12 is divisible by 3.
Nigga, just in the street.
All right, y'all. Take it easy, man.
All right, you guys have a good day.
I didn't want to leave the hotel. I was scared.